Hey, what's up? I'm Winston from Parkway Drive. You're watching PITCAM TV. Yo!
Hey.
Hi.
Welcome back to the cold part of the world.
It's very nice to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for making me welcome.
What's it like being back in Europe?
It's very nice. It's very nice.
You've had 2 shows?
Yeah, 2 shows. 2 crazy shows. Like really crazy. So we've been looking forward to this for a very long time. So it's nice to be back.
IR's been out for 4 months now.
Yeah.
You've toured with it in Australia and North America. What's the reception been like from the crowd?
Really good.
Yeah?
Like the best we've ever had a record received, which is surprising.
Yeah,
Only because like it's like such a level that we never expected the reception to hit for anything. Like it's always that thing where we have a large back catalogue which people really love. And we've been playing these songs for so long and they're never going to die. So for another song to come in and be that good is a big achievement. And normally it's like 1 song or 2 songs from a record and straight away it's like 5 songs and people going, where's Dedicated, where's Fractures, where's Writings on the Wall? I'm like, the hell, we're giving you 5 new songs already and you're already yelling for other new songs. It's like, it's nuts. So normally I'm just used to hearing play old things. So it's the first time that switch has happened, and all of a sudden the new songs are the best songs in the set. I'm like, nice.
Seems like you guys were pretty intent on doing something new and different this time around.
Yeah. Yes, very much.
Was there like an immediate consensus within the band?
Yeah. It was really strange because it was something that we all thought about individually before we even talked about it, and we were all at the same point. We just never realised it. It's just that thing of we literally we made the same music with the same formula of writing from literally the start of the band up until writing Aya, and we loved it. But we literally creatively we felt that we'd reached the point where we had nothing new to do with that. We would just be redoing old ideas, and we didn't want to do it. Just because it wouldn't be as fun, like, and it wouldn't be true to us. So yeah, that's when we were like, okay, what do we do now? So we started doing different things.
What the risk to take, having an established sound the way that you guys had?
Yeah, definitely.
You're a little bit scared?
Yes and no. We're in a really lucky position where we have really awesome fans who have supported us with so much of our work that we literally were like, okay, if we do something and we misjudge this in a really big way and somehow we create a record that is crap and we don't see it as crap, but we put it out there, we have all these songs which people already love, and we can just say, you know what, we will never play those songs, we'll just keep going, we'll try again.
Because there have been a lot of bands who've done that.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a really nice thing to go, okay, now is probably the best time. But that being said, when we're writing, we literally just looked at the process and we're like, everything from day one, we simply wrote the music that we wanted to hear, and it seemed to be the things that everyone else wanted to hear. So let's keep doing that. We didn't think, let's try and write a radio song, let's write a pop song, let's do anything different. It was just, let's write more Parkway music that we like, and every single song was a song that we're like, I like the sound of this. And that was all there was to it, and we're like, that's the way it worked in the past, maybe it will still work like that. Yeah.
I looked through a lot of your Facebook comments, or the comments on your Facebook, and there seems to be a lot of people who are actually unhappy with the change. How do you react to that? Do you just ignore it? Do you just...
It's music. Yeah. Personal choice. I don't care. Like, it's fine. It's if you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it. Yeah. It's quite simple.
You're just gonna keep on doing your thing.
Yeah, of course. It's really kind of simple. All of this is music, and there's many bands in the world that I don't like listening to, so I simply don't press play. It's not like it's a life and death thing. There's much bigger problems in the world, so that's fine. I have no problem with people not liking our music, and there's a whole bunch of people that do like our music, so it works. The thing is, like, it's very easy to look at anything especially online, and go, oh my God, everyone hates everything. And then you play a show to 5,000 people last night, and they all sing along to every single song, and you go, Oh, that's real life.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What kind of challenges did this sound present you with as a singer?
Oh, massive. For me, it was literally being an entirely new person.
Yeah.
And it was learning to control everything I've done. I've had no training up until doing this record. It was literally just like, I did what I did from day one. I didn't know how any of my lungs or vocal cords or anything worked. I literally just went, it's loud, that's it. So it was learning how to create different characters and different moods and different emotional connections that worked within the sound that we are as a band and the identity that we are as a band, but something that enabled the music to evolve. Otherwise, it would literally just be stuck with like Cookie Monster the whole time, which doesn't work to the same effect. Like it keeps you on that very narrow path. So it was a massive challenge for me. Like it was like a year and a half of vocal training and study and stuff like that and practice. And then even then it was like, okay, we're going to throw these wild ideas out there and hopefully in the studio like they work. So, but at the same point in time, like it was so awesome to get in the studio and start recording and going, oh my God, I can do that. I never thought that was possible.
So you had to learn new techniques?
Yeah, I had to learn how to sing. I had to learn how to like actually understand what all these things are that I never knew, pitch and harmonies and all of that kind of stuff. And it was really, really awesome. Like it was really great. It's the first time I've actually felt like a musician. So, yeah. Well, I can't play any other instrument, and I can't read music, and I can't sing. Well, I couldn't sing up until then. I could literally just go rah. So now I can do that, but I can do a whole bunch of other stuff as well. So it's nice. Yeah.
Well, as far as the lyrics go, they seem to sort of continue in the tracks of Atlas with a lot of anger directed at world leaders, society, stuff like that.
Yeah. Basically.
It's the kind of thing that really concerns you.
It's the whole thing is, the whole record is a validation of anger, basically. And it's directed at a lot of different things, and it can be quite small to quite large when it comes to the actual concepts of the songs. But it was simply, I wanted to validate that sense that, especially in this day and age, it seems like everything is dumbed down, and it seems like anger is demonized in the way, like, don't feel like that, it's bad, you're negative, blah, 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 blah. And it's a very disarming thing, because if you don't acknowledge the fact that something has made you feel this emotion, has made you feel angry, then you don't acknowledge the fact that something is wrong. And if you don't acknowledge something's wrong, then how is it ever going to change? And that can work on a very personal level to much larger systems. And the thing is, especially in the larger scale, I think change is something that people are very much realising. It's something that needs to happen, so yeah.
I talked to the guys from Diatus Motorbike before talking to you, and I've also interviewed bands like Northlane, I Kill the Prom Queen. I sort of have the impression that a lot of the Australian bands have a lot of political and social awareness.
That's nice.
Why do you think that is?
I think the background that everyone grew up with in Australia especially was, with most music styles especially, any kind of alternative music, any kind of heavy music. Social awareness is something that you listen to bands that all have that built into it. Like for me, when I grew up listening to punk rock, I didn't grow up listening to songs about heartbreak and girlfriends, and I didn't listen to hardcore about that stuff. Like it was punk bands singing about punk topics and singing about political situations and anti-war and anti-establishment songs. And I think a lot of people in Australia grew up with that. There was never any market for like this mainstream kind of I guess popularity that you see this day with heavy music, especially in America. So you never had to worry about singing about any of that stuff. So you sung about political change. So maybe that's what it is. But that being said, like Australia is I guess a climate where it's highly politicised. Like we've had, I don't know how many prime ministers in how many years, and constant rotation of things happening and things going wrong and controversy and things like that. And we have a wonderful society, but at the same point in time, it has some very ugly parts, which are it moving very quickly. So a lot of people have a lot to say about it, which is really awesome. Yeah.
Is it important to you to use your music to get that sort of message out there?
100%, yeah. It's like, it was one of the main reasons I started doing this band, and one of the main reasons I started being in bands full stop. Like, I don't want to write about bullshit. There's enough bands doing that. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's, for me, we have a very powerful voice, and I think if it can make any difference, I think empowering people to realize that one voice alone might be a very personal thing, but if you don't communicate with each other, then you don't realize, I guess, the bonds that bring you together, and the fact that you're like-minded people can form a large community which can move the society forward. So yeah, if you all stay individual and all stay scared and don't talk to each other, then nothing will change. So yeah.
Do you have a personal favorite on the album?
It all depends. Not really. Like, it's only because we wrote the songs all to be very, very different. Like, the whole idea of the album is like you don't put on any song and confuse it for another song on the album. They all have a very different personality, and that means that I like different songs at different times because they all have a different feel to them. So I don't know. I have different songs which I'm proud of simply because of vocal performances. Yeah. And I don't even know. I love Writings on the Wall, and I love Deathless Song. Mainly because those are two songs that were such gambles for a vocal performance. Like, those were songs which took so long to write, and even when we went into the studio, it was like, Winston, if you don't do this properly, this song is gone. And I was like, I loved the music, and I was just like, I just hope I can do this. I really hope I can do this. And even the singing in Deathless Song, I never knew I could sing until there was supposed to be another vocalist on that, which never worked. And we had like demo tracks done and everything, and I was like, I'll just try singing. And then it worked, and no one else in the band even listened to that and didn't know I was doing it until I came down, and they were like, cool, yeah, that singing, we need to keep that, whoever that is. And I was like, that was me. Like, oh crap, you can sing. It's like, oh, that's nice. So I was really proud of that. Yeah.
Well, you guys did a pretty sick video for Vice Grip. That must have been quite the experience.
Yeah, it's awesome. That was a life changer. Like, that's so awesome. It's been a long time since I've had, I guess, an experience like learning how to skydive. It's the same kind of thing as learning how to surf, which is, I never thought I'd have again in my life, and it was literally massive. And to have that connected to something that the band's done, let alone being able to document it through a music video, is really, really rad. So it's really cool. I never thought I'd do that. Like, I was terrified of heights. Terrified. So that was a massive challenge for me to learn how to do that for the music video.
Whose idea was it?
I think it was mine. But it was all funny at first. It was all just like, what are we going to do? Like, let's skydive. It's going to be sick. And then we all laughed and stuff, and we never thought it would be possible just because it sounded so insane, until the director got hold of the idea and was like, yeah, we'll do this. It will happen. Okay, cool.
How exactly did you do the whole skydiving parts, like with the camera and everything?
We had a really talented cameraman. The guy that shot it, his name is Joe Jennings, and he shot the new Point Break movie. Oh, really? And he shot like XXX and Air Force One and a bunch of other stuff. So he's done some crazy things. And basically he has a massive like red camera on his head, like proper, it's not a GoPro camera, it's like studio quality camera on his head on a helmet with like this viewfinder in front of him in a wingsuit and stuff. And like, we'd only done like 9 jumps up at that point, and we're just like, what are we doing? It's all good, I'll just get out and we'll count it down, and then we jump out and you guys just fly and I'll make it look amazing. I'll just shoot around you and get the shots. So we're just like, cool, whatever, like doing a flip out of a plane, being stoked, and still we're just rookies at this stuff. And just hoping that he knows what he's doing, and you're flying around and falling, and you see this guy going, and he's literally just flying through the air around us with his camera, and then we land and we look at it and we're like, oh my God, you're a genius, like absolute genius. So yeah, it was like 2 days of filming, and we did like 9 jumps for the whole thing, and he jumped every different one and wanted to get a different shot with everyone. And the last one with the sunset was just a complete fluke. We were like done, and we said like, let's just go up one more time and see what happens. And we had to wait because there was another plane in the air, so we had to go up even higher and wait even more. And then the sun set, and then we all jumped out, and it just happened to be really good. And then we saw the footage, and we're like, my God, I don't know how you managed to get that. Like, he lined us all up in the sunset while we're falling at 200 kilometers an hour, and I'm like, how do you even think of that stuff? So yeah, very talented cameraman.
Pretty cool video.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm really stoked with it. It still makes me smile every time I see it. So yeah, it's cool.
So what do you guys have coming up after this tour?
Writing. Yeah, we actually are. Like, it's doing this record has literally been like a rebirth of the band of sorts. Like, especially like creatively, it's like, I've made this analogy a couple of times, but it's literally like going from seeing in black and white to seeing in color. And it's like seeing the world in a whole new different way, and it's so fun. It's so fun to literally just go, there are no rules. Like, we've established this band doing one style, which is fantastic, and now there's all of this other stuff which we've never tried before, and let's just screw around with things, and we now have a different level of confidence, which is fantastic. Whether or not we create something that we like is another thing, but we're trying things we've never tried before, which is really fun. So we're doing that, and then we're touring a whole bunch more as well. So
doing summer festivals?
Yeah, we got some summer festivals coming up, and we got to plan some more live shows. Like, this is kind of just the start with a whole lot of stuff. Like this, the live show you see tonight is the start of. This is literally Parkway Reborn, to be honest. So it's just really fun. Like, it's a whole new level. It's cool.
Cool. Thank you so much.
That's all right. Thank you for having me. So this is our bus. First thing you can tell is I'm not supposed to fit in buses. It's very, very low. But that's what keeps everyone running every day, the coffee machine. We have 3 fridges. You'd think they'd be full of beer, but they're actually full of our vegan tour manager's vegan food. So, lucky us. But we don't know what that thing is yet. But down here you can see the lounges where we've been writing music / trying to miss out on eating our vegetables.